Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. For almost all of human history, our technological capability was pretty much a slow, incremental build. But right now, we are crossing a massive threshold. Our technology is rapidly accelerating, shifting from static tools into what we can really only call operational intelligence. We aren't just building things that do exactly what we tell them to anymore. We're actually building systems capable of making decisions and taking independent action. Today, we're going to dive right into the source material and explore the incredibly profound implications of this shift. Now, look at this question. It's not just some philosophical brain teaser, it is absolutely the central organizing problem for our entire future. Can humanity become intelligent enough to wield the intelligence it's building? It's not a question of whether the technology will be powerful, because it already is, right? The real question, the one that sets the moral stakes for this entire journey we're about to take today, is whether we, our cultures, and our institutions can actually level up our own wisdom to govern that kind of power.
To understand this, we have to look at how profound this paradigm shift really is. Historically, software acted as a totally passive tool. It was just a static instrument waiting for you to do something. You type a command, it gives you a response. But today, we're building active systems. Modern AI models can write their own code, they can deploy other digital tools, analyze huge data sets, and actually pursue complex goals across time. Computation is becoming a lot less like a dead instrument and much more like an independent, active agent out in the world. All right, that brings us to Section 1, Humanity's Ultimate Intelligence Test. The key concept we really need to grasp here is operational cognition. For centuries, human knowledge was locked up in really fragile channels. It lived inside our brains, in physical books, in university libraries, and in incredibly slow-moving institutions. Well, now, that knowledge is becoming operationalized. It's moving into active systems that can search, simulate, design, and manufacture. AI isn't just generating fun text responses anymore. It's executing actual chains of action in the real world. Just think about the systems running right now that are independently designing brand new protein structures or diagnosing diseases, all without a human continuously holding the steering wheel. It's wild. Moving right along to Section 2, when knowledge becomes operational. Just take a second to look at the sheer speed of this revolution. Back in 1936, Alan Turing realized that thought and procedure could actually be formalized into an abstract machine. Then, by 1956, you've got the Dartmouth proposal ambitiously claiming that every single aspect of intelligence could be simulated. Fast forward a bit to 2017, and bam, the transformer architecture radically accelerates large language models. And today, we are fully in the era of operational agents, systems totally capable of autonomous action. What's truly astonishing here is how incredibly compressed this timeline is. The leap from 2017 to today literally represents more computational progress than the entire preceding century combined. We went from theoretical math to autonomous actors in the blink of an eye. And this is where things absolutely hit the gas pedal. The source actually describes the singularity not as some mystical sci-fi movie moment where machines suddenly wake up and take over, but rather as the intense compression of this exact scientific loop. AI is entering every single stage of discovery now. It generates the hypotheses, runs massive simulations, analyzes the results, and revises the theories. We are already seeing AI discover new battery materials and fold millions of proteins in mere days, stuff that would have taken human scientists multiple lifetimes. And it's doing this at machine speed. When AI helps design better AI, which then designs better chips, that feedback loop tightens incredibly fast. The whole process of discovery, deployment, and consequence compresses into this incredibly short, rapid window. Let's look at how this bleeds into the physical world in Section 3, Programmable Life and Reality. So across pretty much every major domain, whenever a technological breakthrough happens, it instantly triggers a massive governance test. Take AI. Autonomous agents mean we suddenly have to figure out control, permissioning, and liability. Or in biology, tools like CRISPR mean DNA is actually becoming readable, writable, and programmable. And that instantly triggers an intense ethical test about access, inequality, and whether we should be editing future generations at all. Over in computation, quantum computers threaten to completely break the cryptography that protects the global internet. That requires a massive synchronized security migration. The big takeaway here is that you absolutely cannot separate the technical breakthrough from the political and societal test it creates. They come as a package deal. Which brings us to Section 4, the stakes of unchecked power. So what does this actually mean for our daily lives? Well, we're moving out of a world of epistemic security, where basic truth is maintained as a public good, and into an era of synthetic reality. Generative AI makes synthetic text, images, and video dirt cheap and basically infinite. And the source highlights a really terrifying risk here. It's not just that people might believe fake things, it's that we might stop believing anything can be knowing at all. It's data pollution and fake consensus. If our digital lives are just completely flooded with synthetic reality, how on earth can we govern a society? Because we definitely can't make democratic decisions if we can't even agree on what is fundamentally real. And unfortunately, if we fail these governance tests on a macro level, we face what the source calls existential risks. Now, these are fundamentally different from your ordinary catastrophes. Ordinary disasters are awful, yes, but recovery is possible. Existential risks, however, are global in scope, terminal in their severity, and effectively permanent. We're talking about either human extinction or a permanent lock-in of a degraded state. So whether we're talking about engineered pandemics, a misaligned superintelligence, or total ecological collapse, reducing these risks is literally the highest leverage intervention humanity can make. We absolutely cannot afford to get this wrong, because there is no second chance.
So how do we fix it? That's Section 5, upgrading our civilizational intelligence. We know we can't retreat, but blind acceleration is way too dangerous. The author impartially argues that these politically charged issues, things like education reform, immigration, prison reform, and welfare, they aren't just side quests. They are actually essential social infrastructure required for humanity to survive its own technology. Think of advanced technology as a giant amplifier. If highly advanced AI is deployed into a society that has broken foundations, it doesn't magically fix things. It simply makes those existing institutional failures a whole lot more efficient. To ensure technology actually liberates us rather than controls us, society has to actively repair its foundational institutions first. And doing that requires what the source calls civilizational intelligence. That's defined as the capacity of a society to perceive itself clearly, distribute power fairly, and correct its mistakes at machine speed. Because the survival of humanity isn't going to be guaranteed just by putting incredibly smart intelligence inside some data center. It will only be saved by cultivating intelligence in the entire system, meaning our courts, our schools, our democracies, and our civic spaces. Basically, we need our society to learn and adapt just as fast as the tools we are building. Let's look at the ultimate macro view in Section 6, Designing a Humane Future. If we can actually achieve that civilizational intelligence, Futurism stops being this terrifying list of doom and gloom risks and shifts into a highly participatory, constructive civic project. To get a sense of the cosmic scale of this, the source points to the Kardashev scale. You might have heard of this. It measures a civilization by its energy capture. Type 1 commands planetary energy. Type 2 captures a whole star's output. Type 3 operates at a galactic scale. But the source warns us, simply expanding to the stars isn't enough. If we become a Type 1 or Type 2 civilization without justice, restraint, and moral wisdom, we're basically just going to turn the solar system into a massive theater for extraction. Expanding our reach to the stars without expanding our moral wisdom just magnifies our human failures on a galactic scale. But imagine if we get it right. The source theorizes this truly fascinating endpoint called the processing ceiling. This is a theoretical point where collective intelligence, augmented heavily by AI and quantum networks, is actually capable of processing virtually 100% of the data it encounters. At this point, we aren't just stumbling blindly through the unknown anymore. We reach a profound cosmic equilibrium where we can anticipate hazards before they happen and actually prevent intergalactic catastrophes. We would literally transition from a civilization driven by scarcity and desperation into one that acts as a peaceful, compassionate steward of the cosmos. Which leaves us with this incredible, profound realization. The future is where intelligence becomes world-building. This isn't just about mere survival or somehow enduring the machines we've made. It is about humanity approaching the point where we can consciously, actively alter the conditions of our own existence. We are going to have the tools to redesign our biology, our cities, our ecosystems, and our worlds. It's a profound invitation for us to be playful, disciplined, brave, and deeply collaborative as we literally build the reality of tomorrow together. Because as this intelligence moves out of those dusty textbooks and into the very fabric of our active physical world, every single one of us has a role to play. The future absolutely requires broad education, serious moral reasoning, and real civic courage from all of us. So I want to leave you with this thought. What kind of world will your intelligence help build? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.